Not your truth or my truth, but the truth. But what does the evidence say? When people see this lab, I want them to know we get it right.
A new CSI Vegas, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
New CBS this Friday.
I promise you I will catch him.
I'm a fella. Maybe I'm not fit to be anything else.
Right now, you're a firefighter.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
New episodes of SWAT, Fire Country, and Blue Bloods. Friday starting at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
We've still got snow flying in. I'll show you where it's piling up, plus what's ahead for the Copper Dog 150 festivities this weekend. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mitchell Reif. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, as we've seen opioids like fentanyl expand distribution nationwide, we have a look at how UP legislators are tackling this issue. Plus, we'll have a recap of Tuesday's voting for the presidential primary election with a large turnout of uncommitted votes. And plus, President Biden's son Hunter was on Capitol Hill for a closed-door deposition where Democrats say Hunter gave specific details about his business transactions. We'll have those details. Your 19 News at 11 starts right now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
In your first warning weather forecast, Ariane, we've had quite a slew of interesting weather. What are the hours looking like ahead?
To say the least, right, Mitch? All right, yes, we've got some snow showers coming off of Lake Superior, very different than what we saw yesterday, which was sunny skies and 60-degree temperatures, but it is going to be a little bit chilly this evening. I'll go over the details and time out these winter weather advisories and that winter storm warning in the far eastern portions. So cold and breezy tonight, and then that northeast coast seeing a lot more snow showers into our morning, and those temperatures, woo, chilly, -5 to about 10 degrees. More on the way after the break.
Former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden both won their primaries in Michigan yesterday, but a large turnout for uncommitted votes is grabbing a lot of headlines. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has that report.
Unsurprisingly, Joe Biden and Donald Trump won their primary elections in Michigan, making a rematch of the 2020 election even more of a reality. Trump earned 68% of the Republican votes. In Marquette County, he won 66% over Nikki Haley's 29%. Biden won 81% of the Democratic votes, but overall 13%, which totals around 101,000 votes, chose uncommitted as their option on the Democratic ballot. Political experts say there is a large Arab community in Michigan. Right before the primary, a movement for Democrats to vote uncommitted was gaining momentum, aiming to grab Biden's attention about his stance in the Israel-Gaza conflict and hoping it would put pressure on Biden to call for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Well, among the Arab community, since the beginning of the Israeli assault on Gaza, we've seen Biden's approval numbers go from the high 60s, low 70s down to the teens. And so this is an important Democratic group in Michigan in terms of their voting power.
The large uncommitted votes is grabbing national attention and could possibly build momentum to other states.
Biden can't afford to see anything slipping away.
Haley has consistently lost to Trump in each primary, but vows to stay in the race.
Nikki Haley is in this race for two reasons. And the first is, in case something happens to Donald Trump, she goes into the convention with the second most delegates. It may not be a lot of delegates, but it at least can help her solidify the argument that she is the next person up if something happens to him. The other reason is to put together a ground game for 2028.
In Washington, D.C., Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
And today, President Biden's son Hunter was on Capitol Hill for a closed-door deposition. In today's deposition, Democrats have said that Hunter Biden gave specific details about his jobs, board positions, and business transactions. Now, the deposition is the latest in the House Republican investigation centered around whether President Biden profited off his son and his brother's foreign business dealings when he served as vice president. In a statement today, Hunter Biden maintains that he didn't involve his father in any business dealings, but House Republicans are still skeptical.
The Bidens created 20 shell companies, most of which were created when Joe Biden was vice president. The American people see the corruption, but unfortunately, many in the corporate media and Democrats seek to cover up for the Bidens.
Today was Hunter's second appearance on Capitol Hill after his surprise appearance in a House Oversight Committee hearing in January. The probe has been going on for over a year and still has not produced any direct evidence of wrongdoing by the president. Out of our Michigan capital, the distribution of potent opioids like fentanyl has expanded nationwide, and according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, opioid overdose deaths have quadrupled since 2010. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from the UP legislator who's working on a bill that would provide a life-saving resource to protect students in K-12 schools.
In Michigan, opioid overdose deaths have increased tenfold since 2000. Representative Dave Preston from Michigan's 108th House District introduced a piece of legislation last July. He says his bill will add measures to keep students safe from exposure at school by providing Narcan to administrators.
I've been in EMS for probably 14 years now.
As a paramedic, Preston says he's given Narcan on many occasions, every time saving the life of the person experiencing an overdose. He says he hopes to prevent situations like the one that happened at a Virginia school in December, where a student shared gummy bears that were found to be laced with small amounts of fentanyl.
For a little kid, no previous exposure to opiates at all, as little as 20 micrograms could render the respiratory drive suppressed, and they would stop breathing and die of cardiac arrest.
Dr. Jamie Allen, an associate professor with the College of Human Medicine at Michigan State University, explained that Narcan is the brand name.
The generic name is naloxone.
Dr. Allen explained that it's a nasal spray, usually in 4 milligram doses and given just like most generic allergy nasal sprays. Opioids suppress a person's ability to breathe, and with some newer potent drugs, it can take a very small amount for a child to stop breathing altogether. Once Narcan is administered, it only takes 2 to 3 minutes for those symptoms to reverse.
Naloxone is very safe, and if you give it to a person and they're not experiencing an opioid overdose, you can expect no effects. It's very safe.
Preston explained that he hopes to make sure educators are trained and have the resources to prevent a worst-case scenario and keep kids safe in schools. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Stories from around the UP for more than 3 decades. The Northern Lights YMCA pool has welcomed swimmers on Bay College's Escanabas campus. Now administrators are looking to replace it. Our Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons shows us why.
When you look at the surface of the pool, it looks great, but down below, it is showing its age.
After 35 years of operation, the pool's 3 main drains are in a state of disrepair.
As you can see, a lot of rust, a lot of cracks in the cement foundations, active dripping.
The pool's filtration system and other machinery are also on their last legs. And over the past few years, high water levels have caused the land to shift, furthering the damage to the pool's foundation.
We've re-sleeved these as many times as we can, but we unfortunately with the high water just can't empty the pool any longer and keep it structurally safe.
So the YMCA has launched a capital campaign to replace the pool and relocate it adjacent to the main YMCA facility, freeing up this space for Bay.
They would love to have this area for weight and conditioning, maybe some other activities as well for their growing athletics program.
The anticipated cost of the project is approximately $4.5 million, with about half of that raised so far. Administrators have additional ideas for the pool that would come at an extra cost, but that they believe would be a great benefit to the community.
We'd really love to have a separate pool for therapeutic use as well as for lap swim. This pool right here has only steps and stairs. We do have a hydraulic lift, but we'd like to be able to do what's called a zero entry pool for folks to do a slow roll with their walker or wheelchair and have it be a much more distinguished way for them to be able to get in and out of the pool.
In hopes of making the YMCA pool as accessible and useful as possible for Delta County residents.
This community is safer, stronger, better because of this pool, and we owe it to the next generations to keep the swim lessons going, keep people active and fit, and having fun in this community.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Escanaba's Civic Center is taking steps towards becoming an emergency shelter. The city's recreation department has spent the last 6 years securing funding for the new generator. Since installing the generator earlier this month, the department has been working with Delta County Emergency Management and the Red Cross to achieve emergency shelter designation. The recreation director believes the generator will also create more opportunities for grant funding for the facility upgrades in the near future.
A lot of people realize the nearest Red Cross office is in Green Bay, so we don't have anything local. With having the certified kitchen and the shower, locker rooms, restrooms, the gym and the game room, we basically have a lot of open space that will be able to fit several people in case of emergency.
The Recreation Department will begin exploring potential grants within the next month with hopes for a quick turnaround soon. And your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break, as well as wildfires that are continuing to burn across Texas with firefighters battling 4 active fires. We'll have the latest on those details. Plus, still facing mild winter temperatures around the state, even into early spring, how Michigan fruit farms are handling this year's warmer season. We're back after this.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Get ready for a brand new season of Collector's Call with all new collections.
Collector's Call, Sundays at 6:30 on MeTV 19.1.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
My name is Brett Watt, and I've been at Goodwill since supposedly 2011, but don't quote me on that. Before Goodwill, I don't know what exactly, it's complicated, but it's what I actually enjoy. I always say, it just motivates me. It helps me concentrate on life. Impact for the positive. Trust me on that. Goodwill, in my opinion, might as well be my favorite company.
Supporting Goodwill helps give our clients fuller lives.
New fun and games are here. I'm Jerry O'Connell inviting you to come and play Pictionary on WZMQ TV 19.
Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
A lot of snowy activity along this northeast coast here, which makes sense because they have a lot of winter weather advisories and storm warnings. Let's get into them. We're going to zoom in here to the far eastern corner of Chippewa County, where they could see up to 12 inches in higher terrain, but most of everybody will be seeing 4 to 8 inches, and those winds still blowing off the lake around 45 miles an hour. And then the other portion of Chippewa County, the western portion, about 2 to 5 inches and 40-mile-an-hour winds gusting around there. So expect some reduced visibility this evening into your morning commute. Winter weather advisories for Alger, North Schoolcraft, and Luce counties, 2 to 6 inches. Unless you are south or east of Munising, you've got a chance of up to 10 inches. But again, most of that is going to be seen in those higher terrain locations. And then not to be left out, Lake Superior, we've got freezing spray warning as well as a gale warning. That gale warning is basically the eastern portion of the Lake Superior, where we could have gales up to about 40, gusting 40 knots, and then those waves could be up to 17 feet. And then again, along Lake Superior's coastline, we could see a flood advisory there again till 1 a.m. on Thursday. So that is likely to end this evening. And in case you didn't know the differences, the advisory is the lesser severe warning, and the warning, the winter storm warning, is more severe, which could be life-threatening, but that advisory situation is more for motorists out there, just to take it easy on those roads and the conditions. Right now, our snow depth, we've got a lot of snow here in Marquette County. Munising, 22 inches. I'm expecting those numbers to definitely increase. The past 24 hours, though, Herman and Forest Lake with about 5.5 inches there. And then Dearton seeing a little bit less than that. But this February, just in case you didn't know already, we've had a little less snow than normal. As of right now, we're about 18.7 inches of new snowfall during the month of February. Normally we see around 36.8. But you know what? It's at least not the 1966 February where they saw about 6 total inches. So we've got a little bit more than that. In the morning, we could see close to 3 inches for the city of Munising. Sault Ste. Marie and Newberry following close behind after that. And then those snow showers slowing down around 3 and 4 in the afternoon, Winds right now very gusty up there in Copper Harbor, around 31 miles an hour. These gusts are going to slow down on Thursday and then pick up later in the evening. We'll see them increasing on our Friday in that 30-mile-an-hour range, mostly coming out of the south and southwest. And we'll see those temperatures changing too. Look at this, 48 into the 50s. We could see a stormy Sunday evening and Monday morning.
Massive wildfires are burning across Texas, with firefighters battling 4 active fires with disaster declarations in 60 counties. Omar Villafranca has the latest.
Just outside Amarillo in the Texas Panhandle, a wall of flames burns the ground and thick choking smoke fills the sky. Raging wildfires are fueled by winds whipping up more than 50 miles per hour. 80-degree temperatures and bone-dry air have made this part of Texas resemble a hellscape. At least 300,000 acres have been scorched across Hutchinson County, where the ferocious Smokehouse Creek fire has forced residents to flee.
We've had other fire threats, and we've came out unscathed, and this one got us.
Kelsey Benuelos evacuated her home in Canadian with her 2 young children, her husband, and animals.
Oh my gosh.
Hours later, she learned that the place she called home for 7 years burned to the ground.
It was heartbreaking. I broke down, but I mean, we were safe. It's just stuff. It can be replaced, but it's still a gut punch. A lot of memories.
The fires stretched into western Oklahoma, where more than 30,000 acres have burned so far.
We asked them to leave because it's a very dangerous situation.
Officials say at least 1 responder was injured while battling the flames, which have caused multiple highway closures. The Smokehouse Creek fire, the main fire that we've been talking about, is now the 5th largest fire in Texas history. There is a little bit of good news. This cool weather should help out fire crews battling the flames.
Winter is an important time for areas like fruit farmers that, as may fruit plants and bushes kind of rely on those cooler temperatures to shorten the fruit growing period until it warms up in spring. But this winter has been a roller coaster, as CBS's Lynn Grant shows us.
Snowy apple orchards like what you see around me is something that fruit farmers actually don't mind seeing. It's mild temperatures that they don't necessarily want, because that could cause problems for the upcoming season. Right now, the only apples left on the trees at Hildebrand Fruit Farms in Southwest Michigan are ones that did not survive last year's harvest. Looking back on 2023, owner Mike Hildebrand says last year was great and they had a huge crop.
We still have apples in the cooler, so regardless of what happens in 2024, we're still selling 2023's apples. 2024
has already been a roller coaster for fruit crops. It was snowier on Halloween than on Christmas, and overall, it's been mild. However, there were numerous blasts of Arctic air, and that has Hildebrand concerned about the status of his peach trees, another important crop on his property.
Anytime you get below 0, you start flirting with some magic number that you don't really know what it is, but it's going to start killing buds on the peach trees. So we're a little bit nervous about that.
Fruit farmers like Hildebrand are already investigating how much damage there could be on the peach trees.
So we cut a few branches and brought them in, put them in water, kind of like you have flowers. And it started growing the leaves, but some of the peach buds did not grow. So that tells me that there's damage.
Farmers won't know the full extent of the damage until the trees wake up. But the trees, they are primed and nearly ready to go. Hildebrand recalls another warm spell back in 2012, where apple trees went from dormant to full bloom in 9 days in March. Typically, the trees blossom in the first week of May, maybe even the last week of April.
But doing it in March, it doesn't work because the weather's going to do what the weather does in Michigan, and it's going to get cold again.
Apples packaged at Hildebrand Farms are shipped out to stores all across the Midwest for other people to enjoy.
It's a favorite sauce at the table and backyard barbecues. You can find it even behind the bar, but pronouncing its name has has tricked us all. Ian Lee has the story.
Our Worcester sauce.
This special sauce is a key ingredient in a traditional Bloody Mary. It tantalizes the taste buds, but pronouncing its saucy name twists the tongue.
Worcestershire? Yeah, Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Even bartender Elio Meneses initially got tripped up.
Being myself Portuguese, I struggled in the beginning as well.
How did you used to say it?
Worcestershire.
The spicy sauce put this English town on the map, despite its difficult dictation for some.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
It rolls off the tongue for locals.
Born and bred in Worcestershire. Not Worcestershire, Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
At the Cozy Club, the sauce is as British as the paintings on the wall.
What would the Bloody Mary be without Worcestershire sauce?
Flavored tomato juice.
Lee and parents created their secret sauce way back in 1837, combining a number of ingredients, including garlic, anchovies, and onions. But it took about 100 more years before it was mixed into the iconic cocktail.
A Bloody Mary in Worcestershire with Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
What's in a name? Apparently a mouthful of letters, along with some tomato juice, vodka, spices, and of course, Worcestershire sauce.
High school basketball action is up next. We'll be right back right after this, just 2 minutes away.
Baraga County Memorial Hospital, continually striving to improve the well-being of our community. Care is not just a service, it's a way of life. February is Heart Month, and BCMH is excited to welcome renowned local cardiologist Dr. Vakivagis from the Keweenaw. We're currently booking cardiology appointments and accepting new patients. Baraga County Memorial Hospital, our family caring for your family.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
Sit down, or I'll come over there and redistribute the top 10% of my fist and 99% of your face.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, new tonight on CBS.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale. Bipolar? Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Watching Andy Griffith has one result.
Makes you feel good, don't it? Kind of a warm feeling right in the middle of your stomach, your head 2 or 3 feet above your shoulders. You know why you're feeling that way, don't you, boy?
'Cause I'm pooped.
The Andy Griffith Show, weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
And I'm Mike Ludlam. Good evening, everyone. Boys Division III District Semifinal Basketball. Ishpeming won the first battle by 3. Westwood took the second matchup by 5 during the regular season. Who wins round 3? To the Patriots Gym we go. Very good crowd on hand for this postseason rivalry contest. Hayden Harris backs his defender down, spins left of the basket and puts it in. Ishpeming has a 15-10 advantage in the first quarter. 2 Patriots seniors combine here. Liam Luke, Edward Anderson. Westwood down 15-12. Off the Andrew Nemi miss, it is going to be Parker Gauthier collecting the rebound and taking off the other way, and since nobody stops him, he goes right to the basket for 2. He had 12 points, 17-15 Hematites after 8 minutes. Second quarter, very good for the red, white, and blue. Ethan Marta with the steal, a clear path to the basket, and we are knotted at 17. A short time later, Liam Luke to Marta. He knocks down the jumper, and Westwood is up 19-17. Marta scored 15. A scramble in the free throw area, and a scramble to say the least. Marta ends up with it ahead to Andrew Nemi for the layup. 23-17 Westwood. For the Hematites, senior Hunter Smith to senior Ben Rubik for 3. Hematites close within 23-20, but Westwood closed out the half on a 12-0 run. Marta gets his shot blocked, but Andrew Nemi is all there for the putback. He led everybody with 25, and Westwood will host the district final Friday night after winning 65-39. To the scoreboard, Westwood will host Jeffers. The Jets easily dispatched Calumet 64-15. In Division 3, it was Menominee over Gwynn 64-38. Iron Mountain down Manistee 55-30. The winners play Friday at Menominee. And in Division 1, Marquette and Gaylord will try again tomorrow. And the winner will play Traverse City West, who defeated Petoskey 63-52. Let's go to Division 2, a district semifinal. Negaunee visiting Escanaba. David Romps passes deflected, but Ben Johnson gets it and scores it. Negaunee will turn the ball over moments later. Eskimos led 36-31 after 3 quarters. To the fourth, Lennox Peacock to Shane Wallen for 3. He had 11. Eskimos up 41-36. Then it was the Gavin Saunders show. Minor senior takes his man off the dribble, shoots, and scores. We're tied at 42. Then Saunders will go to his left, knocks down another shot here. That knotted the score at 44. But David Romps goes around Saunders and gives the Eskimos a 46-44 lead with 23 seconds left. A wild finish. And Escanaba gets the upset, 51-48. Despite 27 points by Saunders, he scored all 17 maize and blue points in the fourth quarter. Escanaba will play Friday against, scoreboard please, and that would be the Kingsford Flivers, who defeated Gladstone 56-30. Trust me. And elsewhere, Sault Ste. Marie Kingsley will try again tomorrow night. Division 4 turn, Wakefield over Ontonagon 49-29. Ironwood downing Ewan Trout Creek 36-28. Winners meet Friday. It was Chassell 78, Lance 38. Lakeland and Hubble 21 better than Dollar Bay. The winners meet Friday night. Oliver Campbell had 27 for Chassell, by the way. Norway easily over Watersmeet. Forest Park 16 better than North Dickinson. Friday they play at Norway. North Central over Hannahville 61-40. Superior Central 46-30 over Mid-Peninsula. Winners meet Friday. Other winners include Big Bay, Denock, St. Ignace. Pickford and Rudyard will try again tomorrow. And elsewhere in basketball, it was Wisconsin Green Bay defeating Cleveland State 69-61. Foster Wonders of Iron Mountain have an 11, and we will be right back.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
Sit down, or I'll come over there and redistribute the top 10% of my fist and 99% of your face.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. New tonight on CBS.
Meet Mike Baxter, pioneer.
Dad, how do you kill an elk?
Wait outside the lodge until last call, then hit it with a tire iron. Frontiersman.
Pheasant hunting is ridiculous. All the running and the chasing and the fetching.
That's what the dog's for.
But Maddie did such a good job. Who's a good girl?
Legend. I have a 60-year-old truck and a 30-year-old marriage. You should be happy that I am stuck in my old ways.
I do love that truck.
No wonder he's the last man standing.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Just a reminder, we've got these winter weather advisories as well as this winter storm warning way over there in the eastern corner where we could see anywhere from 2 to 8 inches, maybe even 10 to 12 in those higher terrain. Right now, looking ahead to tomorrow, around 20 to 30 degrees. Those winds still gusting, but not as bad as this evening, up to 20 miles an hour. And then we have wind chills down to -15. Looking ahead to Friday into the weekend, I'm sorry to say a lot of the snow is probably going to go away because those temperatures are going to be 40 to 60 degrees and loads of sunshine at the moment. We also have Leap Day on the way, but before that, we've got the Copper Dog 150 coming up this weekend. We're going to have some gusts and a lot of sunshine, but then on Sunday, you could possibly see some rain showers moving in. The 7-day for Escanaba, we'll have wind chills there down to -5, but mostly sunny for that Leap Day.
And lastly tonight, a doorbell camera has captured a young moose wandering through the snowy front yards in Alaska. Take a look at this cool video. Was recording the video. Said the footage of the moose was trudging through the snow. It was actually captured just this last Saturday, February 24th. And until Saturday, there was below snowfall actually, so some lower than average snowfall than Alaska's been recording. And I guess up here in the UP, we're very used to a little bit less snowfall, at least for this season. Look at that. Holy cow, that is amazing.
Holy moose.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at 6/5 Central. Have a great night.
WZMQ TV 19, continuing to stand with the people of Ukraine.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Magic Johnson shares legendary stories.
This is Michael Jackson. I said, this is not Michael Jackson. So I hung the phone up. So his brother called me. That was really Michael calling you. No!
Plus, Nicole Avant's powerful memoir.
I hear her every day.